Okay, so here's a question. What type of client struggles to improve their marketing? I think you mean what type of person rather than the actual industry or anything. So there's a couple of stubborn people in business, shall we say? You might know. You might be one of them. I might be one myself. But the thing is, when it comes to marketing, it is amazing the amount of people that we work with who have had very bland marketing because they're a bit scared of trying new things. They look to the competitors doing something innovative and they feel they're falling behind a bit. So they bring in a marketing agency or marketing company. So their first reaction is they feel like they've done something out of the box by hiring a marketing agency. But that's not quite it. So then we might pitch some out-of-the-box ideas. I'm not talking about crazy ones. It's just different, unique, original, ones that the competitors aren't doing, because that's what everything we talk about is all, what's the word? It doesn't have to be mind-blowing USP for your business. It's just why you need to choose us, the benefits of choosing us over the other guy. If you can just talk that, you're going to be in a good position. But what we found is if we try something which is completely different from one they've done in the past, it'll be very kind of, oh, no. So they'll then water that idea down and how about we try this and do it. And then they come to the point where it's just exactly what they've been doing before. So even though you've brought us in, you're paying us money, you're having people who've worked on 1,000 marketing campaigns, giving you concepts of what works, and you're not being open to the change, which I understand is scary. But what I'd recommend, even if you're not using the marketing, say if you're a boss and you've got one of your teams got an idea but it's a bit out there, as long as it's not a terrible idea, this is what you do. This is how you make yourself more confident when it comes to changing your marketing or adding new ideas that you're not 100% on. Because it's usually when it's somebody else's, to be fair. Usually when it's your own idea, you'll give it a whirl. But if it's somebody else's, all you need to do is two things. First off, you have a good brief. You give a brief to that person. So somebody's like, oh, I want to do some videos for the business. I was like, okay, well, you're going to film. You're going to just do interviews with me? Oh, that sounds terrible. Give them a brief. Okay, if we're doing videos, you don't tell them this is what is in the video. This is the beginning, middle. I'm talking about this is what I want it to accomplish. So I wanted it to get across these three things. I want it to be aimed at this audience. I want it to be able to put it here, on our website, on social media. So give them a brief about what you want from the video, not what's in it. But the same thing, you could be doing it to somebody who wants to really redesign your brand, or somebody wants to do a new website, whatever. Just give them a real brief and take your time with it. It's nothing that you rush, because you're basically saying, if you do all of these, I'll give it a go, And sometimes when you do that, you feel a little less anxiety letting somebody else run off with an idea. So when they come back with said idea, obviously if it's a rubbish idea, but if it's just something you can get rid of it. But if it's something which is like, well, I don't know if that's going to work. That's very different. Does it meet your initial brief? If it does, then you do the second thing, which is split test it small before going big. So take that idea, find a small email list or target it on an ad to a small audience and just test it. You don't have to spend thousands on it, spend 50 quid or one email, sending it out and see what kind of a response it gets. And then if it gets a little something, then you're like, well, let's try a little bit bigger. And then keep testing it until you're happy with it. Now, sometimes you'll get in your own way. That's the other thing as well, is tweaking it. Tweaking drives us crazy. Made the logo bigger. No, put it back. Well, if that was green. No, I don't like it green. Make it yellow. What is the point of that? You're just wasting time. If it met your initial brief, just test it and get it going. And don't sign it off by committee. So it's usually one person needs to make a decision, or a couple of people. If you get a bunch of people in a room together and ask them, what do you think of this marketing? They're all going to tell you what they hate about it because they think that's the point of the meeting. So have you ever heard I've said it before and people laugh when I say it, but have you ever heard the term, a camel is a racehorse designed by committee? So you got a bunch of people in a room trying to design a horse who can't just sit there in silence, otherwise they think their job's pointless. They don't want to get fired. They're going to be, right, so it needs some humps. It needs it needs to be hairier because it gets cold. It needs to have spit, so it's got a defense mechanism, rather than just seeing that's okay and just let it run on a course to see if it's fast. It's the same thing with your marketing. Be a bit braver. It's not even you're not taking too much of a chance because you put that time into the brief at the beginning. You've basically told them, look, I want these things in. And with whatever, if it's a marketing agency, your in-house team or your partner or whatever, if they come in and just basically, they met your brief, it's very much aimed and talking about the benefits or the problems of this audience. You wanted to get across the fact that we're different in these 3 ways. You want to get this kind of style in it. Then you've got to test it small because you're the picky idiot in a situation then because you're going against what you said. And that's why you got to put a lot of time into the brief, because once you rush through it, you'll kind of change your mind. And then when it comes back, you're like, oh, I don't really feel that way anymore. So it's kind of, your brief has got to be something that you'll always feel no matter what. And get that baby on the race course. Let's see how fast it is. But you do it tests, it's small, so you don't lose much money. You're not spending a crazy amount. All you would have lost is a bit of time. And if that idea met your brief, it wouldn't be a bad one anyway. It's just the fact that was the work on the copy. Do you know what I mean? It was a call to action different. You might have amazed that the amount of ones I've done before, which is like, what's an amazing campaign idea, but the package was rubbish. Is what you're selling any good? Do you know what I mean? Are you at least talking about it in a way which sounds, you're talking about the benefits of it rather than just what it does? Are you talking about why you need to come, or is it a service that everybody in the world has? They're already using a supplier. Are you banging on about the service that they're already having, or are you talking about why you need to come to you instead of that competitor? Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of, you need to take chances with marketing, but there's ways of reducing that risk, shall we say, by having an iron-tight brief that if any marketing is done, it's meeting it, I'm happy with it. You've got to make sure we're talking about the benefits to the audience. So we're picking a very specific audience rather than everybody. Marketing to everybody's kind of marketing to nobody. Then you're just going to be in a better place. And then test it small so you're not wasting any time or money. So take a chance. Get out there.